So let's be direct, let's be honest. There was a time that you used your fame, and it was a time that not everybody was happy. And that was a few years ago.
That's right.
And you made a very big point. You said, I've never done this before. I've never endorsed a political candidate.
That's
and
right.
you endorsed Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And I'm being real with you, and you're being real with me.
Sure.
A lot of people on Fox watching us, you and I talk right now, remember that and wonder about that. So how do you feel now in retrospect with that endorsement?
In what way?
Are you happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no. I'm not going to do that, because what I realized, and I didn't realize it back then, Will, but I realize it today. And back then, just like I am today, very lucky, I was then the most followed American man in the world, and I am today the most followed American man in the world, and I appreciate that. But I also realized that what that caused back then was something that tears me up in my guts back then and now, which is division. And that got me. And I didn't realize it then. I just thought, hey, our country feels like there's a lot of unrest. It feels like I would like things to calm down. Maybe we need a change. This is what I'm going to do, and this is who I'm going to endorse. The takeaway after that, months and months and months, I started to realize, like, oh man, that caused an incredible amount of division in our country. So I realize now, going into this election, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that, because my goal is to bring our country together. I believe in that in my DNA. So in the spirit of that, there's going to be no endorsement. Not that I'm afraid of it at all, but it's just I realize that this level of influence, I'm going to keep my politics to myself, and I think it's between me and the ballot box. But I will tell you this, while like a lot of us out there, not trusting of all politicians, I do trust the American people, and I trust that whoever they vote for, that's going to be my president, and that's who I'm going to support 100%.
I trust, by the way, I feel the exact same way. I trust Americans.
Yes.
No matter the state of this country, no matter its political leadership, I inherently trust the moral backbone, the culture that is uniquely American. And I appreciate that. In the spirit of avoiding divisiveness and honoring unity, you do not want to endorse someone in 2024. We talked about that mountaintop, though.
Sure.
Okay, and you and I on the floor of the stock exchange talked about this.
Yes. Well, let me ask you something really quickly, because
please,
again,
yeah.
would you endorse? Will you endorse? Like, how do you feel about that? Because you're in a position too as well, where you're influential.
Now he's putting me on the spot. I've never answered this question. You know, Dwayne, I've never formally endorsed.
But I love our flow. That's the thing. So
I've never done that. I've never formally endorsed someone, and I don't know why. It's no secret. Anybody watching will know which ways I lean and who I lean against and who I lean for. And I'll be honest with you or anybody else, the way I've voted every single time. But a little bit, I've always considered the ballot box as private. I mean, I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem telling you or America, I will vote for Donald Trump.
Sure.
But I don't know about it. Like, I've just never made a point of my endorsement. And that was a big moment. And that's why I wanted to ask you about it today. It was a big moment for you.
Yes.